In part 1, we talked about the hidden intention behind junk food, how it's engineered to hijack your hunger signals, overstimulate your brain, and keep you hooked. But now I want to take you one step deeper. Because once you understand the intention, the next question becomes, how exactly do they make you addicted? Not just hungry, not just tempted, but addicted. And the truth is, junk food addiction is not a sign of weak willpower. It's the result of carefully designed psychological and biological tricks that override your natural control systems. Today, we're going to break down the 4 core mechanisms companies use to keep you overeating. Removing protein so you never feel satisfied, spiking your blood sugar, so you stay hungry, engineering the bliss point to trigger dopamine using massive flavor explosions to overwhelm your brain. By the time we're done, you will never look at a bag of chips or a candy bar the same way again. Trick number 1, no protein equals no satiety. Let's start with the foundation, protein. Protein does one powerful thing that junk food companies absolutely hate. It tells your brain, we're full, we're satisfied, stop eating. This signal is so strong that even if you wanted to overeat protein, you couldn't do much damage. Your body would shut down your appetite long before you could binge. But junk food companies want you eating continuously. The more you eat, the more you buy. So what do? They remove the protein entirely. Think of your favorite junk foods: chips, cookies, crackers, pastries, fast food sides, candy, breakfast cereals, frozen snacks. Look at the nutrition label. There's almost zero protein. This isn't an accident. It's a business strategy. Because without protein, your stomach may feel full temporarily, but your brain does not register satisfaction, so you keep eating, looking for the signal that never comes. That's why you can binge an entire bag of chips, but struggle to finish a steak. One satisfies your biology. The other manipulates it. No protein, no full signal. No full signal overeating becomes effortless. This is step 1 of addiction. Trick number 2, blood sugar spikes repeated hunger. Now let's talk about the second strategy, spiking your blood sugar. Junk food companies know something most people don't. Your hunger is not driven by your stomach. It's driven by your blood sugar. Here's how the cycle works. Step 1, you eat sugary or starchy foods, chips, fries, pizza crust, cookies, breakfast cereals. All of these digest into sugar extremely fast. Step 2, your blood sugar shoots upward. You get a temporary burst of energy or pleasure. Step 3, insulin floods your system. This hormone tries to bring the sugar back down. Step 4, your blood sugar crashes. Now your energy drops. You feel tired, irritated, foggy, and suddenly hungry again. Even if you ate 800 calories an hour ago, that crash triggers a new craving. And here's the dangerous part. Your brain misinterprets the crash as real hunger. You're not hungry. You're crashing. But the signal feels the same. So what do you reach for? More junk food. And the cycle repeats. Spike, crash, crave, eat, spike, crash, crave. You're stuck in a loop not because you lack discipline, but because the food was engineered to destabilize your system on purpose. This isn't feeding you. It's programming you. Trick number 3, the bliss point engineering. Now we get to one of the most advanced tricks in the industry, the bliss point. Companies hire food scientists who spend years discovering the perfect combination of sweetness, saltiness, fat content. The ideal ratio is called the bliss point. It's the exact formula that maximizes pleasure in your brain without triggering satiety. That last part is the key. If it tasted too rich or too filling, you'd stop eating. If it tasted too mild, you wouldn't crave it. So they create a formula that's just stimulating enough to excite you, but not satisfying enough to stop you. This sweet, salt, fat triangle creates dopamine spikes, the same reward chemical that activates during gambling, social media, and addictive substances. And dopamine does something sneaky. It doesn't satisfy you. It motivates you to seek more. That's why the bliss point isn't about creating a delicious food. It's about creating a food you can't stop eating. You're not enjoying the food. You're chasing the next dopamine spike. Which brings us to the final trick. Trick number 4, flavor explosions. 100 to 200 chemicals per bite. If the bliss point is the foundation, the flavor explosion is the finishing touch. Junk food flavor doesn't come from real ingredients. It comes from chemical flavor compounds, often 100 to 200 of them mixed together. These chemicals don't just stimulate your taste buds. They stimulate your brain. Your brain lights up like a Christmas tree. Here's why. 1. Overstimulation. Natural foods never deliver such intense flavor signals. Your brain becomes overwhelmed. 2. Confusion. When your brain can't categorize a flavor, it keeps searching. That creates compulsive eating. 3. Short duration. Artificial flavors fade quickly. You need another bite to keep the sensation alive. 4. Conditioning. Your brain starts associating these hyperflavors with pleasure. Real food begins tasting boring in comparison. Before long, your brain doesn't crave food. It craves flavor stimulation. You're not addicted to the chips. You're addicted to the chemicals layered into them. This is why so many people say, "I can't stop. I'll just have one more. I don't know why I finished the whole bag." Now you know why. Let's combine everything we've covered so far. Junk food engineering works like this. Remove protein so you never get full spike your blood sugar for repeated cravings. Hit the bliss point to activate dopamine, overwhelm the brain with chemical flavor explosions. This creates an addictive loop that is extremely hard to break. But here's the empowering truth. Once you understand the tricks, you begin to regain control. You stop seeing junk food as a harmless snack. You see it as a psychological product engineered to manipulate your biology. And in that awareness, your power begins. Now that you understand the addictive mechanisms behind junk food, part 3 of this series will take you into the specific ingredients that cause the most harm, starting with trans fats, one of the most dangerous substances in the modern diet. By the time you complete this series, you won't just avoid junk food, you'll understand exactly how it works, why it works, and how to break free from it. Stick with me. Part 3 is where the real shock begins.